I'm back in the largest city in the Americas on my mission to meet remote workers of all shapes and sizes. Last week, I got an overload of caffeine and tips from one of Brazil's top-rated gig freelancers. This week, I'm lightening up on the coffee, but doubling down on the insights with two experts who come from very different vantage points. One runs the most popular co-working spaces in downtown São Paulo, and the other recruits remote workers from all over the world for a little company you've definitely heard of.
Hey, Gui, how's it going? Yeah, you too. Who's this? Yeah, he got cozy pretty quick.
Yeah, he's pretty friendly.
This is a really nice place you have.
Well, thanks. Yeah. Makes it hard to leave for the office, right?
I believe it, yeah. Well, good thing you work remotely.
Yeah, 100%.
How long have you been based here?
In Brazil for a year and a half now. In this house, 5 days.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, so we're still getting used to it. Do you want a cup of coffee?
Oh yeah, thank you, yeah. Guess I spoke too soon. You said you've been in Brazil 18 months, but you're Brazilian, right?
I am Brazilian, yes. This is my hometown, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been abroad for some time trying to find some exciting work opportunities. But now I realize I can have that without having to leave here. So, pretty happy about it.
Where were you based?
I was in Paris before
nice.
coming back. Yeah.
That's awesome.
After spending some time doing remote work for my previous company, I just figured I didn't need to be away from home to have cool work opportunities. And that's when I found Crossover. Yeah.
And you're in recruitment now, right? So you recruit remote workers.
And I help understand the needs of different companies that hire through Crossover and build the hiring pipelines and all the tests that go into it to make sure we find the best talent for each role.
So from your vantage point then, like you hire remote workers, is it mostly like people here in Brazil or?
Not as much as we would like, to be honest. I think our region, Latin America, is underrepresented, which is something I find really difficult to understand because the dollar is a strong currency here, and the opportunities, we have a lot of talent, right? Over 200 million people in Brazil alone, and a lot of tech hubs. So I'm sure we have great talent that could be much more present in Crossover. One of our missions actually is to get Crossover more well-known into the region and have more workers apply, because I think the real obstacle is just not knowing the company enough or thinking there are some hurdles to working remotely or working as a contractor. I think the best we can do is to make sure they don't have any of these misconceptions and they really understand that we are a recruiting company that hires for multiple companies and that can offer amazing opportunities for remote workers.
What do they stand to gain by looking at a remote job?
You have advantage of working in a global culture from your own home. And also you have amazing work opportunities from different customers and an amazing pay. The fact that Crossover pays in US dollars and also that it gives you the entire compensation package for you to make your choices and pay your obligations, it's a game changer.
That's awesome.
Another game changer for remote work has been the creation of co-working spaces. So you can have a professional Zoom call even if your roommate is always filthy and playing the trumpet. Let's meet our second expert, Renilce.
Let's start. Can you tell me what is your connection to remote workers?
I'm a general manager of the Coworking. So I manage 3 branches, all of them in São Paulo, here. Many of them are tired to work alone at home. Many young men and women live with their parents. So they don't have a private space. So they have interruptions during the work. They like to be at home working, but they love to go out some days. And they mentioned to me, I am more productive, more concentration, focus on the work.
I have a personal vendetta against the word remote because remote means isolated. And I think if you do remote work correctly, you don't have to be isolated. You still get that social time.
And some people come here because, I need to see people because they live alone, for example, or used to have the office here nearby. We are in the center of São Paulo, near to Avenida Paulista. they need to be in the places they used to go, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that restaurant I like to go. So Friday, for example, we have a lot of people here because they want to have a happy hour in the end of the day. It's an opportunity to do networking, in fact.
Yeah.
I think people are learning how to work remotely because they have to take into account their private life, their work, and quality of life. Because if you save time, for example, on traffic in São Paulo, maybe you take 1 hour or more to go to work. But if you save this time, you have more time for you. I think it's a learning process to have a healthy remote work.
There are some really awesome setups here. It feels like the world has a lot to learn from Brazil in terms of how to do remote work correctly.
Yeah.
You were telling me about a program that exists here and in a couple of other countries.
I don't know, a platform or app company is learning, people are learning how to work outside or the remote work, in fact. Many companies that used to have the office, the employees went every day to the office. During the pandemic, many of them decided to close definitely the offices and go to co-workings, for example. Use this kind of platform that, I'm going to buy some office pass, they call, and offer to the employees. You can go any co-working close to your home, for example, to facilitate your job and to meet your team. Here at this co-working, we have the same people every day here because they are fixed clients, for example. Now we have different people every day.
And the people that come here, are they people with full-time remote jobs, or are they more hybrid where sometimes they might go into a head office? Who ends up working here?
They're both totally remote, and another ones, they have the office, but they can change to go to the company's office or a co-working because sometimes the office is too far from their homes.
As we've seen the transition from everyone working in offices and that being normal to now people working from home a lot more and the rise of co-working spaces, where do you see that progressing?
I think the hybrid come to stay. I can't say that we go back and go to the offices. I think most of the companies continue to the remote working. And many people who lived in São Paulo, because it's a big city, you know, they moved it to their original city, you know, so they can work from there to be close to the family. And I think the quality of life is getting better and better.
Someone having a bad home office setup doesn't mean that they're a bad worker or they're not smart or they don't care. If you're a good remote worker, you can have a remote work setup regardless of what you had 2 years ago.
And the employee is more productive, in fact. As the companies sold the offices they had, they save money. They don't have a property to pay for. So they can use this to offer a better resources for the employees.
And there you have it. 3 people whose lives have been changed by remote work right here in Brazil. Cesar showed us the value of hustling hard to get great reviews. Gui gave us a look under the hood of Crossover's huge promise to help the most talented people in the world access the best jobs in the world. And Renilce brought it all back home by reminding us that working remotely doesn't mean working from home. You can love office chit-chat, hate your apartment, and still be better off saying adios to your office job. As for me, I'm heading to Chile to get ready for the most ambitious episode of Out of Office yet. Hope you're not afraid of heights.